Welcome back for another episode, guys. That was a fantastic drive in. The views were incredible. They're even better where I've just pulled up to camp for the night. I haven't come here just for the views, because at the end of this track, and just at the foot of that mountain range there, is what's left of an old dam. Back in 1925, 100 years ago now, the walls of the dam actually collapsed, allowing all the water that's been retained by the dam walls to flow down the valley and into the village below, which actually killed 16 people. So we're going to go and get some gear on and take you guys along for this little adventure, and we'll go and explore what's left of the dam. It's turned out to be a lovely day. The sun's just above the mountain tops, and as the light catches the yellow grasses, it gives off this lovely golden glow. We'll see how long the sun lasts though. This time of year we only get a few hours. I'm almost at the dam wall now. I didn't realise how big it was. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to be as high as this. I'll go and give you some sense of scale. Absolutely massive. It kind of reminds me of the wall in Game of Thrones. Just think about the amount of stone that must have come down when this collapsed. There's actually two huge holes in the dam wall. One is absolutely massive, and the other one's a bit smaller, so I'm not sure whether it burst in two places or one of them just fell down in the years following. Wow, look at the size of the hole in the wall, guys. So that's obviously where the water broke through, and it's just carved its way down here, all the way into the valleys, to the village below. You can just see the power in the water to be able to carve out the landscape like this. Just caused a massive scar right through the valley. Imagine how scary that would have been for people living in the villages below, just to see a torrent of water coming towards them. And the speed it must have been moving at, because there's a significant elevation drop from where we are now to the village below. Absolutely terrifying. Just look at these boulders. This would have been moved when the dam collapsed and the water came through. I believe some of these boulders weigh 20 tons when they were moved by the water. Just incredible. I wonder what this was at one point. To come down when the dam collapsed. Looks like some sort of bucket, maybe off an excavator or something. It's just boulders everywhere. And there's the hole in the wall made by the water. It's probably hard to get a sense of scale on the camera, but the hole in the wall is absolutely massive. And what a backdrop behind it. I believe after they did an investigation, the dam actually collapsed because the foundations underneath the wall were too weak. There's the dam wall, and all these rocks that you can see underneath would have been the foundations, and that would have stretched all the way across to the other side, and that's what gave way. The actual gap in the wall must be about 50 metres across, and all the grass you can see on the other side was once underwater. The original lake is actually still there, so we'll go over and take a look at that. Can't even imagine the sheer volume of water that's being contained behind these walls. So the wall looks like it was just made of one central core, these huge boulders inside, and then just around it is all these smaller stones, which I think they've probably quarried from the mountainside over there. Hopefully nothing else is going to fall down off it whilst I'm stood here. You can see a lot more of the bigger boulders on this side of the wall. And then you can see all the exposed steel just to bind it all together. But all this is foundations that I'm stood on now, and this is what gave way. I'm fairly certain the size of this wall would have kept the White Walkers out. So I'm actually inside the dam now, and what I'm stood on would have been completely underwater. Try and see if I can get over to the original lake without sinking in all this bog. It's a magnificent location here. You can see why it's perfect for building a dam. You've got the mountain on one side as a natural barrier, and then they've just built the wall on the other side, which obviously didn't pay off in the end. Oh, that's boggy. So this is the original lake. This is what would have been here before they built the dam. It's absolutely stunning here. Now that sun's starting to set behind the mountains. It's starting to get a little bit cooler, and that wind doesn't help either. Typical British weather. 1 minute it's sunny, now it's starting to pour down. We're going to start heading back to the truck. What a fantastic place to explore. I think I'll come back here and do a little bit more in the future. There's still so much more to see on the dam, and the wall just stretches for miles, so I'd like to go and see what else is out there. And we've got all those mountain ranges to have a look at as well. Let's head back and get myself some food. I was hoping to do some fajitas outside, but let's see what the weather's like when we get back to the truck. It's so much quicker to make a cup of tea now I've got this kettle. See if I can get the fajita mix in here without the wind blowing it all away. We're having a bit of a windy night tonight. As I've started picking up, it keeps blowing you guys everywhere. Fajitas is one of my favourite foods. I just love doing it when I'm out camping. It's just so quick and simple. Right, I think they're done, so we'll just warm some of the tortillas up. That's good. I forgot to put my cheese on. I'll have to do it on the next one. It's not a bad view to enjoy my fajitas with. Nice red sky at night. Sailor's delight. It's all about the little things. Enjoying a movie whilst camping in the back of your truck bed in a fantastic location. But that'll do me now. I'm going to get some sleep. Catch you in the morning, guys. Good morning, guys. I was absolutely made up last night. Looked out the window and I could see the northern lights. So I put the camera on so you guys could see it too. The lights were just behind me on the mountain range there. Really amazing to see. I was expecting to see that on this camping trip. I'm just going to enjoy my breakfast and my coffee and then pack up and head off. Right guys, really hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any future adventures. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.